inspired by the brave defense of Fort McHenry. Francis Scott Key's words and the flag they so memorably portray are now woven into our sense of national identity. These words still resonate as loudly today as the glaring rockets and bursting bombs of 1814. Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light, the so proudly we bear that my last gleaming. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Okay, second vlog. So today we went to the fortress place.
Fort McHenry, where we Fort McHenry, and it was really cool because you got to see all the rooms and old cannons.
Okay, so our first historical stop of our trip is at Fort McHenry. This is where Francis Scott Key saw the flag flying over the fort at the War of 1812, and he wrote the lyrics to the Star-Spangled Banner. Very moving experience and very beautiful area here. Millie, what'd you find?
I found a prison room.
What?
No, it's not a prison room. It's where they kept their gunpowder and everything.
Let me see. Oh my.
I will show you.
That's pretty cool.
And watch, you can close it. I wish I had a key to lock it, but I left it at home.
There's another fellow over here.
Oh, can you fit in there?
So they had two above ground magazines. And this one below ground.
That's a brick room. What?
It goes through this.
Even smaller one?
You can go through it.
That's for the mice.
Wait.
That's for Grandpa.
The bomb shelter. Let's go.
All right, show me the bomb shelter.
There's two. There's two. One here and one here, but we're not going to close these.
Whoa.
It's going to cost you fast.
Welcome to prison. Cell number 1. Cell number 2. Cell number 3. Oh no! We found a child in cell number 3. Oh, let me see if I can unlock it. There you go. In the prison cell of Henry Hall, who was here for a long time. Oh.
Ow.
Sir, the British have arrived. That's a loss that in Philadelphia and is associated with making the very first American flag in 1777.
we went inside of a fort, and there were lots of cannons all around, and there was a bomb shelter and prisons and lots of different houses. There were also these really steep stairs that I thought were cool. And probably my favorite part of that day, or of our trip so far, is watching a bunch of little kids pull a cannon and load it.
We also gotta clean a cannon, or not really, but we gotta pretend to. And we gotta heave a cannon and pull it back. It was fun. Fort McHenry, where we went to the visitor center and then went to the actual fort and got to look around and see what how different houses there were, and the jail cells and the bomb shelters. It was really cool. And then we went and saw the cannons.
And even we got to do it, and the cannonballs, they were about this big, but they were 75 pounds. Feel it.
Yeah, well.
Oh, I'm sure it's light. Oh.
It is.
It is.
I lifted, I think 100-pound one, but that was heavy.
It's the same size.
Is it? Oh, that's much heavier.
This one's the real one. The other one was a fake kid's one.
Then we got to, me, Millie, and Nolan got to man the cannons. We cleaned it out, put the cannonballs in. We didn't actually put them in. We just fake put them in. And then we had to pull it forward and then launch it and then pull it backwards and then do it again.
But when you figure,
There we go. Ready?
you've got
And fire! Wait, first you got to clean it. Ready? We'll clean it.
yeah, no, you
Hurry!
can't.
Put a cannon in! Put a cannon in! And then do it again. And then launch it and then do it. We did it 3 times, I think. Or 2. Wait, ready? Okay, ready? We're gonna pull it. Ready? No. Wait, what's the middle? You pull that side. Okay, ready?
Trying to keep those troops
And
busy.
heave! Heave! Heave!
Oh,
Heave!
It sure is.
And
maybe the
fire!
especially if you got through it.
That actually would be.
Stand in front of the cannon here.
Millie, turn around this way.
Don't stand in front of a cannon, no matter who tells you to.
Okay, Weston, quick.
Downtown Baltimore. Okay, if you look to your right, I see the shelter. I see it.
You do?
I see it with my own eyes.
That little red chimney.
That little red chimney that's not as tall as you think it is.
Now you can't see it.
Weston, what do you think about Fort McHenry?
Okay, here's
On
a video.
September 11, 1814, the British fleet sailed into the mouth of the Patapsco River. 2 weeks before, the British had captured
Patapsco.
Washington and burned the public buildings. Now they planned a worse fate for Baltimore, a city they called a nest of pirates. But Baltimore was prepared. Fort McHenry had been strengthened, and several gun batteries supported Fort McHenry in guarding the harbor entrance. In the hot weeks of late summer, Major General Sam Smith had directed citizens, free blacks, soldiers, and slaves to build defenses at Hampstead Hill across the expected route of the British advance. People gave money and supplies, and militia poured into Baltimore. When the British ships appeared, General Smith sent a brigade of militia commanded by General John Stricker marching out the North Point Road. As General Smith anticipated, the British attacked by land and sea. On the morning of September 12th, the veteran British soldiers stepped ashore at North Point and began marching toward Baltimore. As a last defense measure, the Americans began sinking merchant ships to block the harbor. Halfway to Baltimore, the British advance guard encountered a party of American riflemen, and in a brief skirmish, their commander, Major General Robert Ross, was killed. Continuing their advance, the British struck the main body of the American forces. The Battle of North Point raged for 2 hours. Colonel Arthur Brooke directed British regulars to the American left, causing half the militia to withdraw in confusion. But the American right and center stood firm, and the remaining 1,500 Americans held against the advance of 4,000 British for over an hour. After suffering twice as many casualties as they inflicted, British experience and numbers finally forced the Americans to fall back toward the city. At dawn, on September 13th, the British began the second part of their two-pronged attack. British warships opened fire on Fort McHenry. All day, the Americans endured the bombardment, but the rain of bombs and rockets did not weaken the fort. When the British ships moved closer, Major George Armistead ordered the fort's cannon to open fire and drove them back. Meanwhile, on land, the British Army marched toward Baltimore. At Hampstead Hill, the British were stopped by the strong American earthworks and the 15,000 men behind them. Soon after midnight on September 14th, the British Navy made a desperate attempt to create a diversion that would assist the Army and break the stalemate. They hoped to land and attack the fort and the other harbor defenses, while British soldiers with fixed bayonets stormed Hampstead Hill. Under the cover of darkness, British Marines and sailors in longboats rowed with muffled oars up the ferry branch past Fort McHenry. Their attempt failed. In the stormy weather, many of the longboats became lost and returned to the ships. Cannon fire from shore batteries caught the others in the water. On land, the British commander canceled the bayonet attack and ordered a withdrawal. The Battle of Baltimore was over. Standing on the deck of a cruise ship returning to Baltimore, Francis Scott Key saw his country's flag flying over Fort McHenry. Baltimore had been saved.